All right. We back. Back at it like a crack addict. What's going on, y'all? What's up, people? Can you all see me? Most importantly, and y'all know this, or you should know this by now, can you all hear me? Test, audio check. How things sounding, y'all? How things sounding? Let me go ahead and, let me just drag this, chat over here right quick. You guys know what it is? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of the homies in the chat. Alright. What's going on, people? Is the G on the Don, is the audio matching the visual, my friend? Is the audio matching the visual? Okay, everything's sounding good. That's what I like to hear, man. Alrighty, what's going on, people? What's happening? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. Your boy is back with another stream. Impromptu stream, but considering there have been a lot of developments going on with this whole Activision Blizzard situation, I thought, I might as well just go live for a bit, because I already know someone's going to ask me about it on Ask the Neo tomorrow, so hey, might as well just kill two birds with one stone, do one stream tonight, and then do one stream tomorrow. So we're going to be all good. We'll be all good. I know folks ain't used to seeing all this, all these Neo streams, man, because, the only time folks see multiple Neo streams or videos is when Neo's about to go away for a month or two, because that's just how it be, man. You just get a bunch of creativity, and then whoop, that's it, y'all. That's it. So we might as well just dive straight into this. Okay, so similar to the last stream that we did, I'm not really going to be answering too many of the comment sections or any of the super chats until we get to the designated section, the portion where we talk about things from the community point of view and all that good stuff. But if you guys are ready, we're just going to go ahead and dive into the topic for tonight. It's not going to be as in-depth as the stream we did a few days ago where we were talking about Activision Blizzard, but we did learn a few things. Mainly Phil Spencer has spoken out about the merger, the acquisition, and how it's going to pertain to how their franchises have been faring on other platforms, specifically on PlayStation. So we're going to switch over here. We're going to switch scenes right here to the first story right here. Can I say here too many times in one sentence? Okay, so this is coming to us from the Washington Post, from the homie Gene Park right here. So thank you, Gene Park. He basically did a sit-down interview with Phil Spencer, and he was talking about just a multitude of things, because this acquisition, it's not like they just went ahead and acquired Double Fine. It's not like they acquired Ninja Theory. There's a lot of weight to acquiring a publisher, let alone a publisher like Activision, who's gotten, well, let's just say Activision, they've been in the news for the past couple months for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, it's a very good read if you guys want to check it out from the Washington Post. But there were a couple of key things that I wanted to focus on in this situation. And the first thing is going to be a follow-up from the last stream that we did. And again, appreciate all the super chats. We're going to touch on those a little bit later, you guys. But the first thing right here I wanted to talk about was an update to the worker complaints. As you guys know, last summer there was a lot of controversy going around at Activision Blizzard, specifically around employee harassment, sexual misconduct, and we've talked about those at length on previous streams, and it just never gets easier talking about shit like that. But one of the things a lot of people were questioning is, hey, Microsoft, this trillion-dollar corporation, you're going ahead and buying up Activision Blizzard. You're buying this whole publisher that is in the news. The most news that they've made in the past year has been the fact that, hey, listen, there are people speaking out about this. There are people who are quitting the job because of the sexual harassment, for the misconduct, and on some unfortunate situations, some people have been killing themselves over this. It's just not good stuff whatsoever. But yeah, basically Phil Spencer reiterated what he said before, saying, I believe the leaders there believe in the opportunity that they have in their plan, noting his confidence the issues will be resolved. So basically, it's just one of those things where Activision says they had a plan in place for all of this misconduct and building a better Activision Blizzard. Now, before this acquisition was announced, would those plans have gone through? I don't know. I can't say for certain. With the Microsoft being their new corporate overlord, is there an incentive to make sure that all of this stuff goes according to plan? Absolutely. And there's something else that we're going to touch on a little later about this situation because it does have to do with workers striking back against Activision. But there were some interesting things we learned here in regards to, some of the stuff that we discussed in the last stream. If you guys remember in the stream, we were talking about some of our wish lists for Activision Blizzard. Now that Microsoft owns them, is there a possibility? Is there a possibility that maybe some of these developers who have been relegated to working on Call of Duty for the past couple of years, is there a chance that they can have their autonomy restored? And Phil Spencer was basically saying, yeah, and mind you, a lot of the things that Phil Spencer's talking about and everything we're going to talk about today, you kind of have to, I don't want to say take it with a grain of salt, but you kind of have to know that Phil cannot give a definitive yes or no answer on this situation. Why? Because the deal, the merger, the acquisition has not gone through yet. Similar to the Bethesda situation, he can't speak on something that he doesn't own, right? So all he could do is just talk about his hopes, his wishes, and of course, everyone's favorite word of the week, his desires. So yeah, he was looking at the IP list and he said, let's go. King's Quest, Guitar Hero, Hexen, those type of games. He's looking forward to a lot of these developers getting back to their autonomy, being able to create the games that they craft, powering their dreams of sorts, if you want to bring in an old Xbox slogan. But yeah, Toys for Bob, that was a studio that, they put out Crash Bandicoot 4. No one ever thought that game would happen. And then immediately after that, they went to go work on Call of Duty Warzone. So we're hoping that we'll be able to work with them when the deal closes to make sure we have resources to work on franchises that I love from my childhood and that the teams really want to get at. I'm looking forward to these conversations. I really think it's about adding resources and increasing capability. And also another thing, which is not referenced in this article here, but it was from a Bloomberg piece. According to some sources within Activision Blizzard, a lot of the high-level employees are, how do I say this? They're throwing around the idea of Call of Duty no longer being an annual franchise. It's so crazy because, we were all talking about this shit a few days ago, and I feel like that's what everyone's been thinking the past 2 years. Call of Duty not being an annual franchise. And honestly, Call of Duty has been extremely, extremely important to Activision's bottom line. I mean, that's their entity. That's their hot button item. EA has FIFA, they have Madden, and Activision has Call of Duty. That's where they make all their money. They don't have a Guitar Hero. They don't have anything like that anymore. So they got to go all in. They got to double, triple, quadruple down on that. So yeah, when talking about the idea of Call of Duty no longer being annualized, I mean, I'm 100% for that shit because, let's be real. Call of Duty, there's no reason that Call of Duty needs to come out every single year. No matter how many studios you put on this, there's no reason. Call of Duty as a franchise, I feel like it's evolved past the need for annual entries, right? Nowadays, games have become a service. It's no longer about, okay, let me play this game for a year and then move on to the next one. Games are about crafting a great foundation and then building on from there. Fortnite, Apex, Warzone, just any type of multiplayer game you think about, it's not meant to be played for 1 year. It's meant to be played for multiple years. And with Call of Duty, I mean, if you look at the entries, I think Black Ops 3 was the last entry that most people were on board with before it started to go downhill, right? And every single entry since has been declining in quality, in sales, what have you. I mean, mind you, the sales are still going up for Call of Duty. They're still high. It's the number one game that people talk about. Why? Because it's been the number one game people have been talking about for 14 years. But if you compare Call of Duty during that Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 era and compare it to now, sure, people are talking about it more, but I don't think that it's not at the same level, man. Maybe there is more competition. Maybe the quality has been declining and the majority of people are noticing it. But I feel like deep down within Activision, even though folks they're working, it's a job, they get paid to do this, they're like, okay, we can afford to do something different, which is what they did with Modern Warfare 2019. Sure, it's still a Modern Warfare game, but they changed things up enough for a lot of people to be like, okay, you know what? I'm on board with this. And then what happens after that? Well, we're going to rush out Black Ops Cold War, and that campaign will be 3 hours long. And then Vanguard comes out, and it's pretty much mid across the board. So if Activision lets Call of Duty rest for a few years, I don't know when this would happen. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with them just taking the time to craft a really compelling single player campaign and craft a really compelling multiplayer campaign that's not a battle royale, because that's something that I think you can have in tandem with Warzone, because a lot of people don't realize that Warzone is not the Call of Duty experience that a lot of us grew up playing. You know, whether it was, you know, Call of Duty 2 or Modern Warfare 2, people didn't really like, it's a completely different game. So I think that those type of games can stand on their own 2 feet, provided you actually give a damn for it. But it seems like the main competitive Call of Duty games, they haven't really gotten the quality and the attention that Warzone has gotten, and for obvious reasons, the barrier of entry of a free-to-play game versus a $60 now $70 product, that's going to deter some people away. And with the amount of money that you can make off of a free-to-play game when you sell season passes, battle passes, cosmetics, yada yada yada, they'd much rather put all their energy and resources into that versus going ahead and worrying about like a $60 annual game. So yeah, I'm all for Call of Duty if it does decide to take a break for a few years. I think most people are going to be all for that. And who knows, they could come out with a Call of Duty campaign that's like game of the year conversation worthy. I'm not saying that'll happen, but it is definitely a possibility. But yes, I would definitely love to see a lot of these developers return to doing what they're doing. I mean, Raven Software, the fact that Raven has been doing nothing but Call of Duty over these past couple of years is just so... It's disappointing. It's very disappointing because they have talent. Toys for Bob has talent. Vicarious Visions has talent. Like, all these studios have talent. And when you're saying, yo, just work on skins for Call of Duty, work on sound effects for Call of Duty, work on this, man, it's sad, man, it's sad. But speaking of Call of Duty, and this is probably the biggest story of the week next to the whole Activision Blizzard thing, Phil Spencer himself, the man, Xbox P3, and shout out to the comment section here on Twitter. I see some of the homies right here. Shout out Kid Smooth, shout out BG, shout out Persona. Phil Spencer came out here and he was basically talking about how okay, so this is gonna be fun for a bit. Yesterday morning there was a report that came out from Sony basically saying, we hope that Xbox continues to honor the agreements we had in place with Activision Blizzard, right? So that was the first story of the day. And then a few hours later, Phil Spencer puts out this tweet and says, had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship. We gotta go ahead and we gotta read that a few times, because that's oh boy, that's not really something that you can you just like, you look at that and you're like, okay, cool, fine. Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship. This tweet right here, I don't know what to feel, y'all. I really don't, man. Because on the one hand, you look at this and you're thinking to yourself, okay, Phil Spencer is confirming that Call of Duty is going to remain multiplat, which is what a lot of people were thinking. Why in the world would you take this multi-billion-dollar franchise that has existed for 14 years and it keeps raking in money? Why would you go ahead and gatekeep that? Sure, you could potentially bring more people into your ecosystem, but if you already have a concurrent revenue stream, why rock the boat? Similar to what happened with Minecraft. They spent, what was it, $2.5 billion on Mojang, and they left those games multi-platform. And a lot of people were thinking the same thing for Call of Duty. It's too big to become exclusive. You can do that with smaller titles. You can do that with the single-player games, but for a juggernaut like Call of Duty, why would they do that? So a lot of people looked at this and were like, okay, Call of Duty is going to become multiplat. But man, if there's one thing I learned about the Bethesda acquisition, is that this man, Phil Spencer, is a wordsmith. Don't believe nothing this man says. These people in these like C-suite high-level executives, they pay other people to analyze every single thing they say before they post it. Right? They have to be so meticulous with their wording as to not not piss people off, but not say something that can be misconstrued one way. Because going back to what we said before, this whole situation of Xbox acquiring Activision Blizzard, they can't come out here and say with definitive certainty that these games are going to be exclusive, because the deal has not gone through. And they don't want to, and this will be something else we talk about a little bit later, but they don't want to say something, and then let's say the deal doesn't go through, and it's just like, well, look what happened with the Bethesda acquisition. They said that, we're examining all options, yada, 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 legacy platform, yada, yada, yada. But the second that deal went through, what happened? They had this Xbox Bethesda roundtable discussion, and they were talking about all these things. Phil Spencer was saying, if you're an Xbox customer, you can look forward to playing these games exclusively. Then a few weeks later at E3, or might have been a few months later, they said that Starfield, yes, it is going to be exclusive. And the second that Starfield became exclusive, everyone's like, okay, you know what? Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive, all these other games exclusive, Redfall exclusive, that's what happened. So Phil and all these other people at Xbox, Major Nelson, Aaron Greenberg, they're not going to come out here and say that these games are exclusive because they don't own the company yet. Their fiscal year, I believe it starts June 2022 and it ends sometime in 2023. So we're not going to hear anything about this until June 2023 at the earliest. That's it. So similar to the Bethesda thing. But if I had to take a guess, and this is just a guess, everything is speculative, I could see this going one of three ways. So the first approach is what everyone is thinking. I could see this being, okay, they're going to keep Call of Duty exclusive, right? They're going to keep the mainline games exclusive to Xbox. And, Warzone is probably going to be the only thing that PlayStation and whatever other platforms come out, like maybe one day a Nintendo Switch could get a Call of Duty game. I don't know. I could see that happening. Like, they keep the mainline games exclusive. They work on the quality and the polish on those games. And then Warzone and all that stuff is going to be multiplat. I could see that happening. Second approach is what a lot of other people are thinking. Everything just remains business as usual, similar to Minecraft. The Call of Duty mainline games are multi-platform, Warzone multi-platform, and Xbox just rakes in the revenue. Okay. The third approach, and this is, like I said, this is just a shot in the dark. Even myself, I'm kind of doubting this situation. I don't think it'll ever happen. But I would not be surprised if, just based off of the wording here, right? Intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. He said our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. That means there's a want. There's a want. And what is something that Xbox wants more than anything? They want to get Game Pass on everything. They want Game Pass on your consoles. They want Game Pass on your PCs. They want Game Pass in the cloud. They want Game Pass where they can sell it. Game Pass is going to be coming to TVs at some point with those dongle things, right? I would not be surprised if this man Phil Spencer is like, okay, we'll play ball, Jim Ryan. We'll put Call of Duty on PlayStation. But that means Game Pass goes with it. Like I said, I don't think this is gonna happen, but this is not this. If this goes through, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same situation where they, like, how before in the past, Sony kind of had to bend the knee to crossplay, but they didn't want to do crossplay. Before that, Xbox didn't really have any bargaining chips. Even now with the Bethesda acquisition, they didn't have any bargaining chips. But with the Activision Blizzard buyout, and them taking a whole chunk of the revenue, them threatening to take the revenue off of PlayStation, that's a lot. That's a lot, you guys. And I'm not saying that's going to kill Sony overnight because, they still have their own in-house games and Fortnite and all the other stuff. I'm not saying that at all. but that's a huge chunk of their revenue. Call of Duty is the top game every single year, every single month. It's charting. It's always going to be charting. So nothing is out of the realm of possibility. What do you guys think about this situation? What do you think is the logical situation? And what do you think is the whole, like, this is too far out there? The too far out there approach. I think the whole Game Pass situation on PlayStation is going to be the too far out approach, because that's just, dude, if Game Pass ever ended up on PlayStation, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. I mean, obviously PlayStation's still going to be king, but if you had your competitor's service on your platform, oh man, that's just But yeah, you guys, that was Phil Spencer's tweet about this situation. Like I said, we're not going to know anything about this. They're not going to be able to say anything about this until the deal closes next summer. So we're going to be in for another situation where, you know, folks are coming in here and saying, oh, you know, will this game be exclusive? Will that game not be exclusive? Just basically similar to what we went through Bethesda from like the end of 2020 up until the beginning of 2021. We're for the same song and dance pony show, bro. Same thing. But there is something else that I found interesting that people were bringing up. Because as you guys know, with the Activision Blizzard buyout, some folks are questioning whether or not Xbox is going to become a monopoly, right? We touched on that briefly in the last stream. And, you know, rightfully so. People are in their own right to raise criticisms over one major conglomerate owning everything. You know, like when Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, when Amazon started buying up some stuff, Apple, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a group of people out there who are thinking that maybe Call of Duty might remain multi-platform in order to appease the antitrust camp. Right now, like I said, I'm not big into the legal mumbo jumbo of everything that happens in there. I don't know what is okay and what's not okay, because apparently stuff with Disney is okay, and then for other people, not so much. Like it's so weird. But when you have something like Call of Duty that rakes in a sizable chunk of revenue, a sizable chunk, it's not like it rakes in this much, it's a lot. I can see some folks in antitrust being like, all right, you can buy Activision Blizzard, but this major cash cow, this moneymaker, the moolah, that has to remain with everybody. I don't know the logistics of that. I don't even know if that's something that can happen, but it is something I wanted to bring to y'all's attention that maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like we're speculating on things that we'd like to see. That is something I've been hearing from some people. I don't know the legitimacy of it. I just leave it up for people to decide those situations for themselves. But yeah, that was a little bit of a news update that we got this week regarding this whole situation. And yeah, like it's gonna be more of the whole, like, we're gonna pivot around certain things on what we can and can't say. Like if Activision comes out and announces, I don't know, Sekiro 2, folks are gonna speculate, well, is that gonna be exclusive? It depends on when it comes out, because they're announcing it now, and then with the deals, and you know what I'm saying? It's just I'll say this much to people. We're not going to start seeing the effects of all this stuff as it pertains to games releasing until 2024, 2025. Because stuff that they have now is just business as usual. They're still going to keep striking deals with companies and making games for multiple platforms, right? So they're working as if nothing happened. As they should, because until the deal closes, nothing happens. But it is still going to be fun to speculate all this stuff going forward. But yeah, I just wanted to open it up to the comment section. I want to hear some of y'all's thoughts on this whole situation. But while we're doing that, I want to go ahead and shout out some of the people who've been donating some super chats. If I can go ahead and find them. I know the homie Flame, here we go. There we go. All right, so starting at the top. All right, sorry about that. So I'm going to do the super chat break while you guys leave some comments down below. Shout out the homie Flame with the $2 super chat, from the man with the million to the Tails fraud. Oh, wow. You're going to disrespect me on a Friday, no less? On a Friday, Flame? You know, man, I've been biting my tongue with them toilet jokes, bro, but I might have to bring them back. I might have to. We got $1.99 from James Ganser. I've been dying to know, how are those churros? Oh, yeah. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you should. Twitter.com/NeoGameSpark. I've been trying out a lot of different breakfast cereals over the past couple of weeks, and one of the things I found at the grocery store was Cinnamon Toast Crunch churros, right? Now, I'd seen them before in the past, but, you know, it's one of those things that the more outlandish the cereal looks, I have a feeling it won't taste as good. Like, I bought this Cold Stone. You guys know Cold Stone, the ice cream chain. They had a Cold Stone branded birthday cake flavored cereal, and I was thinking, yo, this shit's gonna be lit, bro. I bought it, and it was the most disappointing cereal I had in my life. I would rather eat Raisin Bran with no raisins, man. But the Cinnamon Toast Crunch churros, they were decent. I'll say this much. They could have had a little bit more sugar and cinnamon on it. It just tasted like a churro that someone put in water, if that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and see some of the other comments. We have a $5 super chat from Ryazaki Koizumi. Thank you so much. Neversoft had talent. Absolutely, man. All of these studios had talent, man. All of these studios. And could you just imagine if Treyarch wasn't working on Call of Duty? They could just do anything else, man. They could have different shit, new IPs. I don't care, man. That should be nice. But yeah, you know, I'm seeing some of the comments here about this situation. Oh, some people already getting into that fanboy stuff in the comment section. Oh no, no bueno, man, no bueno. Someone says they only publish Sekiro. Yeah, I know that, but imagine if they were like, okay, we'll greenlight Sekiro 2, right? We'll greenlight that for you from software. We'll pay the budget and everything. That's when people would start speculating. That's why I brought it up. $2 super chat from Flame. I desire the toilet jokes. Wink, wink. Oh god, this guy's a glutton for punishment. Oh man. But shout out to all the people watching right now. We got 190 people in the chat. Shout out to y'all. I hope you're enjoying your weekend so far, man. But yeah, this situation is it's interesting, man. It's really interesting. And going back to what I was talking about before, regardless of these games being exclusive or regardless of these games being multi-platform, if you're an Xbox, I can't even say if you're an Xbox owner, but if you're somebody who uses Game Pass, because you know, Game Pass is on PC and consoles, it's a win-win scenario for you, because if they keep these games multi-platform, but Xbox and PC owners, you can get it on Game Pass for free or the cost of your subscription price, then that's a win, man, because someone else is going to have to pay that $70. You're already subscribed to the service, so you're good with that. But what's going on to all the people in the chat? What's up? Damn, there's so many comments right now. I'm trying to scroll through them with Jesus Christ. Yeah, man, people arguing in the comment section. My God, what is this, 2008? Jesus Christ. 279 from Leon Mikas. Microsoft buying this channel for that cash money. Oh, man. Listen, I don't know how much I'd have to sell out for this to become an Xbox exclusive channel, but I don't know, man. I'll think about a number and I'll get back to y'all. I was the homie BG, right? BG, he was talking about how if Xbox wanted to buy Weapon Wheel, he would sell it for $10,000. And I'm like, BG, you lowballing yourself. $10,000? $10,000? Oh, hell no, bro. That's not even enough to split between all the members, man. That ain't worth it, bro. It'll at least have to be like, for me, okay, so if they buy the channel, does that mean I still got to keep making videos? Does that mean I would still be employed by them? Because it's one thing to buy a channel and you can only talk about that stuff. Nah, it would have to be like a 7+ figure deal. Because 6-figure deal ain't worth it, man. 6-figure deal, you can make that shit easily just by working. It would have to be like 7 figures. Because that would take a long time to do. Yeah. no less than 7 figures. It's got to be 7 figures, man. Got to be. $4.99 super chat from the homie Gian the Don. We need Transformers Cybertron Revival. This morning I heard an announcement of a new game remaster. I'm gonna be like Joseph. He says, the morning I hear a new announcement of a new game and a remaster, I'm gonna be like Joseph Joestar and yell, holy shit. Now, I'm about to join you too, man. I'm about to be like, oh my God, bro. And that's the thing, man. I just posted this on Twitter. If there's one thing I wish they would bring back, man, they got to bring back those Transformers games, right? Because they were developed by, you know, High Moon Studios. Really fun, excellent games. At least the first two. The third one, Rise of the Dark Spark, that was not that great. But man, if they could somehow figure out the licensing limbo that those games are in, bro, I'd be all for it, man. Just figure out that situation, you know, acquire the license and let High Moon Studios just work on another Transformers game. Would you sell your channel for a Space Jam Xbox loot box? Well, they already gave me a Space Jam Xbox loot box, and no, I'm still here. So, nah. Oh, someone says 100,000. Cynthia, I would not sell it for $100,000. Oh no, I can't. $100,000 is way too cheap to sell out. You can't do that, man. I just noticed we got 69 likes. Nice. We got 192 people watching. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. But yeah, we're going to go for another 24 minutes. If you guys have any other questions you want me to answer, feel free to ask them. But yeah, we'll wrap this up. We'll wrap this up at 7 o'clock sharp. How is PlayStation Spartacus going to compete in this situation? Honestly, I don't think that Spartacus will ever be comparable to Game Pass, because Spartacus can't, like, just based off what we're hearing about Spartacus, it's going to be PlayStation Now mixed with PlayStation Plus, and there are rumors about there being backwards compatibility thrown into the mix. I'm going to be real, that's not going to compare it to getting new games day and date on the service. It's going to be a nice benefit if you're a PlayStation gamer, the fact that you can get PlayStation Now, if you care about that, PlayStation Plus, and access to backwards compatibility. That's cool, but I don't want it to be a case of you got to subscribe to the service to have access to backwards compatibility, right? Like how the Nintendo Switch does it. Sure, you can get Nintendo 64 games, but you have to pay $50 a year for those games, for the tier, instead of being able to just buy it on the store individually. And are those games even going to be native? Like, I'm not going to subscribe to Spartacus just to play old games via streaming. Like, if you tell me that we're going to put those games on PS5 natively, by all means, I'll go ahead and buy those games. But if you're saying the only way you can play those games on the PS5 is via streaming, that ain't worth it for me. So it can't really be comparable in that extent. And also, the pricing of Spartacus has got to be attractive enough to PlayStation consumers, because already if it's going to be a more expensive service, because you're going to have PlayStation Now in the mix, it's got to be something like it can't be no $180 a year. Maybe you can make it okay, so PlayStation Plus right now is $60 a year. PlayStation Now is $60 a year, so that's $120. Bundle it together, I could see it being $100 a year. If it's PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus for $100 a year, one service, I could see that. Maybe $90 a year to make it lucrative, because if you're paying for both those services, that's $120. I could see it being $90 a year. I could see that. But if you got to subscribe just for the streaming, I can't do that. Because at least with Xbox, you get that as a perk, but that's not saying that, oh, you can only play your old games via streaming, you know? But $90 to $100, I think, is a good amount. Someone says a year of free food delivery sounds good. I don't know. No. To sell out a channel for a year of free food? Oh, man, nah. That's doing nothing but expanding your waistline. $2 super chat from Topaz Girl 170. Xbox Ken. Game Pass, bonus content, Series S, $250. Yeah, I mean, if they keep bringing down the price of that Series S, I know some people say, oh, you know, Series S is a terrible system, blah, 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 but that's a good value proposition to get into next-gen gaming. Sure, it's not going to be the 4K 60 next-gen gaming, but for some people, if you give them that console and it's 60 frames per second with an SSD and Game Pass, they're going to be okay with that. So yeah, if they can bring that Series S down to like $250, $199, it'd be crazy, man. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know exactly how PlayStation's going to handle that backwards compatibility situation. There are some rumors circulating about this patent that's been going around for a while, and they keep re-upping the patent. If Mark Cerny can find a way to make it work, that's great. But I don't exactly know, because remember, the architecture is so different from PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and now 4 and 5. So would we have to buy all those games individually? Can we just put the disc in and it does it like Xbox, where, you know, it detects it, it downloads it from the internet? Because if they make you buy every single one of those games individually and you can't use your disc, like for PS1 and 2 games, maybe I can see that. Not excusing it, but maybe. But PS3 games, that's going to be depressing, man. Because that's still recent enough, you know? Someone said 1 year of free toilet paper and I'm selling out. Oh, God. You guys got some low standards right now. No, guys. You gotta elevate yourself. Elevate yourself. But yeah, we're only going to be tackling questions about this situation, and if you guys have any other general questions, like about how I'm doing and blah blah blah, we're going to talk about those tomorrow night on Ask Neo. Okay, so Chris Rawcliffe says if Call of Duty went exclusive, you would only need about 2.5 million players to go over to cover the loss of PlayStation's money. Yeah, but you know what the thing is, man? I don't realistically think they're ever going to recoup that $70 billion. There's no way. That's honestly, that's like a 10, 15-year plan. And that's being very conservative, right? But I don't think it's necessarily about recouping that immediately, right? It's more about building up Game Pass and building up the brand and the worldwide appeal. So yeah, I know a lot of people are saying, how could they justify that? I don't, for $1 trillion corporation, they're going to spend all the, I mean, remember, this is Microsoft. This is the same company that tried to get into Windows phones, and they're still trying to do Windows phone stuff for whatever reason. But you know, like when you have that type of fuck you money, they're just like, screw it, go ahead, do it, you know? And they tried to get into Mixer, and then there was Zune as well. So they're all trying to do different things. It's all about the long game, most definitely. Yeah, but like I said, if you are someone who uses Game Pass, then this is nothing but a win for you, because this is just all this new content, man. Yeah, that Candy Crush pulls in a lot of money, bro. Neo, the Xbox Series S is not a next-gen console. Stop the cap. I mean, listen, it does things better than the previous consoles. Sure, it's limited by comparison its resolution, but you can still get really good performance out of it, you know? And for that price tag, that's pretty good. If you want a 4K machine, obviously go for the PS5 or the Series X. But for what you can get and the upgrades for it for the cheaper price, and the reason why, because a lot of people are asking, like, why do they need to recoup it? Why do they need to recoup it? They spent the money. It should be, it just is what it is. I'm just looking at it because everyone wants to play, you know, business armchair analyst. So I'm just like, let's humor the discussion. $5 super chat from the homie Blue Senshi. Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard. Sony buys the Simpson memes. I'm in danger. I'm just so interested to see how PlayStation responds to this. I mean, that's a very big part of their bottom line, you know? They're gonna be like, we're gonna buy Epic. $10 super chat from JD Gamer. Microsoft will drop Call of Duty and Game Pass day and date and charge $70 on PlayStation, and that's enough to really hurt Sony. And the threat of completely losing it is enough to cow Sony from pissing Microsoft off. Say goodbye to aggressive Sony. I don't know. I feel like they might still. This will prompt them to be even more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, because okay, you literally took away one of their biggest cash cows. Now, how are they going to respond? They don't need to buy another publisher, but they need to do something. You know? Do I think that they'll be making any trades? No, I don't think they'll do that. Because I've seen some people say, okay, we'll give you Call of Duty if you give us Spider-Man. I don't think they're going to go that far. No, I don't think that's going to happen. But then again, like, I don't, never say never. Never say never, man. I mean, in this world, never say never. I still want to know what Xbox got from letting Nintendo use Banjo and Smash Bros. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was obviously goodwill, but I feel like they should have gotten something from that, you know? Yeah, that's right, Rodrigo. It's good. I have the Series S hooked up in the living room. I go down there, I play some stuff. That SSD and CPU, it is a big deal breaker by comparison to using the One X. You know, like the One X, yeah, sure, it can push 4K resolution, but look at the time it takes to get into some of those games. And also, some of those games aren't even at 60. I don't think Xbox can charge $70 for Call of Duty because of their stated stance. What's your thoughts on that? That's a good question, actually. So obviously this is if the deal goes through. Will they charge $70 for their games? Well, here's the thing. Xbox never explicitly said they were against $70 games, right? It was just, we're not going to charge $70 for our games right now. But what happens when we start seeing next-gen exclusive? I'm not talking about little stuff like the Medium. I'm talking about big next-gen exclusive games like Starfield. Will Starfield, I want to ask you guys, do you think Starfield is going to cost $60 or $70? And I already know some folks are saying it's not going to matter, it's on Game Pass, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're not talking about it on Game Pass, but we're talking about, do you think they're going down this route? Because I personally believe, I don't think any of these companies are immune from raising the price of their video games, especially if they see it's making a lot of money. What do you guys think? Honestly, I think that Microsoft is in a position where they don't need to raise the price of their games to $70. But then some people say, well, they just spent $70 billion cash, and like. But I think at some point it's going to be $70. Like, everything is going to be $70. We are entering an era of time where, shout out to the 222 people watching, we're entering an era of time where Nintendo, when they launch that new Switch, they're going to be charging $70 for Kirby games, man. I'm telling you, it's going to happen, bro. It's going to happen. If it doesn't happen, I will be genuinely surprised. $5 super chat from JD Gamer. There's no console war. Microsoft could literally call every major publisher, developer, and say whatever they offer, will double it. Hashtag no more third-party exclusives. I mean, I don't look at the console war as such a binary thing. I know a lot of people are saying that, it should all be determined by sales, blah, blah, blah. For me, it should be about the value you're getting out of these consoles. And for me, value is always going to be the games you put out on those consoles that I can't get anywhere else. And for me, last generation, PlayStation was the best value proposition. Why? Because it gave me the experiences that I can only get on that box. And to me, the experiences that I only got out of the box trumps what Game Pass is giving me now. Sure, Game Pass is great. It's a cool service. But it hasn't given me those experiences where I'm like, damn, this is it, man. Now, when they start putting out stuff like Starfield, Redfall, Fable, we'll revisit this conversation. But to me, it's always going to be about the games, the full high-quality games you get out of it, not necessarily it just being part of a subscription service. So that's where I stand as far as that's concerned. Game Pass is awesome, but I want to see it firing on all cylinders before I tell people, okay, this is what it's all about. Because it's cool, but if you're someone who already buys games, I don't know. I can't tell you why an Xbox would be better. Because if you're someone who doesn't really care about subscribing to a subscription service, in the event that maybe you'll get games that you like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe you'll be fine just staying on PlayStation or staying on PC. Like, there's a lot of PC gamers that don't use Game Pass because they love Steam, and games are already really cheap on Steam. So why would you subscribe to a subscription service? You get what I'm saying? Like, for me, I still buy a lot of movies on 4K because I love collecting movies and I love it having it in the best visual quality and best sound quality. But I know there's a lot of people who are like, well, I can subscribe to Netflix and Disney Plus and all those services and get most of the movies. That is true. But for me, I wouldn't ditch collecting movies just because they're on streaming or on a subscription service, I should say. Oh, shout out to the 235 people watching. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, it's just a very light stream for tonight. We got Ask Neo going on tomorrow evening. But I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about that whole situation. So for those who are joining right now, scrub back to the beginning of the stream if you want to hear about that whole Phil Spencer talk. So yeah, we'll go for another 10 minutes or so. Why is Grogu doing the meanest lean looking faded, or he got the expression of what is this brother talking about? Yeah, Grogu he's chilling. He's chilling right now, man. He's chilling. I don't know why he leaning back, but he's chilling. I got this for those asking. This is a necklace that my grandma gave me before she passed away. And you guys already know what these are. What are these, guys? Come on. What are these? I'm waiting for the first person in the comment section. What are these things? Y'all know this. Y'all should know this. Y'all should know this right now. Grogu on that purple drink, he on that lean. Yeah, these are Razes. Straight up Psychonauts. Gotta love it. Blade sunglasses. That's not bad. That's not bad. Alternatively, you could have said like Jet Set Radio or something. What kind of Japanese RPGs from the PlayStation Portable do you think that Sony will add to the service first? Persona 3 Portable? Well, Kramer, if rumors are to be believed, apparently Atlas is working on some type of a remake or remaster to Persona 3. So I doubt that. But if I had to say, honestly, they should just get the best of the best list, man. It's not that hard. Like, I remember back during the PS4 era, they had this thing called the Building the List, where they looked around the community at what were some of the most highly anticipated games they wanted to be brought over from Japan. So that's how we got games like Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza 5, mainly all the Yakuza games, and some other stuff too. But honestly, just whatever was like the top stuff on the PSP, bring it over, man. So look at like what Xbox did. They looked at the metrics of the most popular 360 games, and then they cross. What's the term I'm looking for? They cross. There's a term I'm looking for. Cross reference. I don't know, but they looked at the list of the top 360 games, and then they looked at what was feasible for them to get. Because remember, it's not necessarily about what game was popular. It's also what publisher is around, and if that publisher is willing to play ball. That's a big thing when it comes to licensing. There's some publishers from the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 era that are just simply not around anymore, or the price they're asking for some of the games might be too high for what is going to be a niche endeavor. Doing something like backwards compatibility has never been a major moneymaker for these corporations. Just look at Xbox, right? You know, they went from doing backwards compatibility, and then what happened after that? They always brought it back in small increments. Why? Because it's not the money that they're putting into the R&D versus what they're making. It doesn't justify it, right? It's more of a labor of love approach, which is why, you know, the backwards compatibility team is not working full force around the clock to make sure that they're going and securing all those games, because it's not making the same amount of money as a new game would. And that's just the nature of the beast, man. I mean, I'm grateful for what the backwards compatibility team was able to do, and just FPS boost. Oh man, like I'm still so spoiled. I wish that they were able to boost some more 360 games, but you know, I'm just happy that we got them on the service. Like, dude, just going back and like they're having a big sale right now on backwards compatibility titles. Going back and playing through some stuff like Bully and Red Dead Redemption 1, and I still wish that Red Dead was boosted to 60, but it's okay. That game is amazing. Cross-reference. There we go. So I was right. Oh, yes, there we go. But yeah, I would love to see PlayStation do the same approach, man. Give us some of the games on the PSP that were popular, and maybe find a way to work with some of these publishers to localize the ones that weren't. Like Valkyria Chronicles 3, my homeboy Josh in the chat, he brought that up. Valkyria Chronicles 3, that was never brought over here. That would be awesome. But again, what are the odds that they would actually do that, and how much money it would make? So everything is a business at the end of the day, whether we like it or not. $5 super chat from JD Gamer. Name 3 dormant IPs under Microsoft's control that you want to see remade, rebooted, or get a sequel plus 1 bonus IP not from Microsoft. So are we talking about Microsoft now, or are we talking about Microsoft with the acquisition of Activision Blizzard? Because that's a lot of stuff, bro. That is a lot of stuff. So I would love to see, honestly, this is cheating. Okay, I'll start with the bonus IP. I would love if they could somehow get Jade Empire back somehow. It doesn't even got to be BioWare. Doesn't got to be BioWare. But if they could somehow get that back with one of their studios, that would be awesome. But if we're talking about Microsoft as this whole corporate entity, I would love a new Spyro the Dragon game. I think that's something they need to do. They need to fill in some of the gaps in their lineup. I mean, they tried it with Super Lucky's Tale, but we really didn't get... people are like, oh, it was cross-reference or cross-examine. So I would love something like Spyro the Dragon to come back. We got it with the new collection. But then, yeah, Jade Empire, it is an EA IP, but he asked a bonus IP that isn't from Microsoft. So I would love if they could somehow take that IP and let one of their studios work on it. But yeah, so Spyro the Dragon is one. I would love to see them revive Singularity. Because, you know, I talked about Raven so much, like Singularity, like, let's go, Raven. So Singularity would be another one. What would the third one be? Because they're bringing back some stuff I wanted to see. Everyone's like, yeah, Spyro, let's go. Because there's a couple of stuff. But I don't know, I feel like they might have already had some of it in development. Like, they came out with that Tony Hawk remake, right? Which led me to believe that with the sales of that, they might have done a new Tony Hawk game had they not been forced to work on Call of Duty. Same thing for Spyro. They did the Reignited collection. That leads me to believe if that collection did well, they would have probably worked on a new Spyro game. Because, I mean, there's some easy stuff that I could say. There's some really easy stuff like Prototype. Everybody wants Prototype to come back. I wasn't the biggest fan of Prototype. I like the idea of Prototype, but it just wasn't the best made game. Because I remember both Prototype and Infamous came out within like the same, I think, 3-4 month time span. And everyone was like, yeah, like Prototype or Infamous, let's go. You know, and I was like, let's just stick with Infamous, please. But Prototype would be fun. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed if they brought something like that back. But what about you guys? I want to hear some in the comment section. $5 super chat from Miyazaki Koizumi. Speaking of backwards compatibility happening on PlayStation 5, if they allow discs, PlayStation 1 won't happen because PS5 can't read CD-ROMs. Same with the blue PS2 titles. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how this happens, man. I feel like whenever they do backwards compatibility, someone is gonna be pissed off, right? Whether it's gonna be a case-by-case basis where they, similar to the PS2 on PS4, it wasn't full backwards compatibility, but it was them porting the games over with trophy support and everything. But some people are still pissed off because it's not actual backwards compatibility. You can't put your disc in the PS4 and get it to work. But yeah, you know, you're bringing up a good point. Like, how is this going to happen? And the only way that they can do it where it's just not perfect across the board would be streaming. But how many people are going to be okay with streaming PlayStation 3 games? Ooh, man, that's not going to be fun. That is not going to be fun, man. $5 from ND Gaming. I really hope they revive Spyro for an actual game and not just stick him in Skylanders again. Oh my God. Do you guys remember when Skylanders used to be called Spyro Skylanders or something like that? I remember that's how it started off. Or was it Skylanders Spyro's Adventures? I think that's what it was. Oh, shout out to DIMWITMONKEY for re-upping his membership. Thank you so much, bro. $2 from JD Gamer. My bonus IP would be a Panzer Dragoon Saga remake. Yeah. Everyone's bringing that up, man. They said, no, let's do Prototype 2. Yo, man, I was so surprised they got a sequel, man. Okay, so Esu is saying the PS5 can read CDs, it just doesn't have the program to play audios from CDs. Oh, there you go. $4.99 from Corey Gryffindor. Have you tried Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel? Been having a fun time, even though I keep losing online. No, I haven't got a chance to play it yet, man. There's just too much stuff out there. I'm trying to focus my energy and attention to just a couple of games at one time, right? So right now, I'm going through The Witcher, as you know. Then I'm also finishing up this playthrough of Horizon. You know, got to catch myself up for Forbidden West. And then it's just like smaller titles, man. I'm playing Firewatch on the PC. And then finishing up Life is Strange, bro. I'm trying not to go past like 5 games in a rotation, because anything past that, you run the risk of not finishing anything, right? But thankfully, 3 out of those 5 games are all under 10 hours. So it's much more, it's easier to complete those versus if you start like Horizon, Persona, Skyrim, like all these other games you can't beat. I also tried to play that new Rainbow Six Extraction last night. Yeah, that wasn't hitting, y'all. That was not hitting. That was not hitting, bro. I spent more time downloading that Rainbow Six than I did playing it, man. You know what it was? Like, I'm sure it's a fun game, maybe, but man, those controls put me off. It felt really sluggish. And I'm big on controls, man. Like, that's part of the reason why I love playing something like Doom, man. It just feels really good. Halo Infinite feels really good. That Rainbow Six Extraction, I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to have more fun. Like, maybe I need to play with a mouse and keyboard instead. But that was the first time where I was like playing a modern FPS game on a console. And I was like, this is disgusting. I don't know, man. I got through the tutorial. And then we tried to get into a game. We started playing it. And we're just like, no. We went back to playing Halo. Oh, man. But shout out to y'all if you're enjoying it, man. If you're enjoying Rainbow Six Extraction, do not let my opinion sway you. Have fun. Please, have fun. But what y'all been playing? What y'all been playing, man? What y'all been up to? Yeah, if Toys for Bob worked on a new Banjo-Kazooie, that'd be heat. But then again, man, that's, bro, the soonest we can be able to like talk about these games is going to be 2027 when you think about it, man. Because like, let's say the deal goes through next year. Let's say they start development next year. We're looking like 2026, 2027, man. We going to be, bro, I'm going to be in my mid-30s by then. That's going to be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. And you know what? You know what's not crazy though? We still gonna be in these gaming streets, man. We still gonna be playing games, bro. I think the coolest thing about this gaming community is that we got people of all ages. You know, whether you're like 10 years old, 20 years old. Like, I got one of my subscribers. This man is 65 years old. And he's like, man, I've been gaming since Pong was around and everything. And it's a beautiful thing. I was like, are you for real, man? And he showed me his family, his great grandkids. I'm like, your great grandkids? Because he's like one of those families where it's like, when people turn 20, they start having kids. So he had his first kid when he was 20. Then his kid had a kid when he was like in his 20s. And then the same thing happened. I was like, your great grandkid? Damn, bro. That's what I call a legacy, bro. 65 years old. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. Shout out, man. We still gonna be playing this. We still gonna be playing this stuff when we in the nursing home, fam. And Half-Life 3 will still be unannounced. Absolutely. Absolutely. We gonna get Half-Life Alyx 2 before we get Half-Life 3. Speaking of which, man, if I ever get a VR headset, I want to play that. What's going to be great is we'll have all the Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda titles next to Elder Scrolls by 2027, man. Yeah, I mean, yo, you know what's sad, though? I feel bad for Fallout fans, man. Fallout fans, they going to be struggling. Because look at it like this, right? So they're working on Starfield right now. And if we assume the exact same team is going to be working on Elder Scrolls 6, that's going to be like 2027. Before they put out a new game. What's going to happen with Fallout? Do you think they're going to give Fallout to another studio? But Obsidian's working on Avowed right now. I don't know, man. I feel bad for Fallout fans. They ain't going to get a new game till like 2035, man. Yeah, it's going to be rough. They either have to have a new team in silence working on a Fallout game, or else it's just going to be Starfield, Elder Scrolls, and then Fallout if we're lucky. But man, Fallout fans been going through it, bro. Like Fallout 76, man. Oh, we got a $5 super chat coming in from Marlon. I felt the same way as you when playing through Extraction. Then I tried plugging in a mouse, and surprise, it doesn't support keyboard and mouse on consoles. Yo, they did my man dirty. Yo, I thought like a lot of games be supporting that on consoles now. But oh man, I thought that, you know. You had me in the first half, Marlon, because I was reading it and I thought he said that surprise, it felt better with a mouse and keyboard, but he said no, it just does not support it. Man, they ruined this man's whole day. Nah, but I uninstalled that game with a quickness, man. It just was not hitting, man. $2 super chat from JD Gamer. What if the next Megaton acquisition is Valve? At that point, I think now we're going too far. Because if they buy Valve, they bought PC gaming. Period. Point blank. I don't know, man. No. They need to give Fallout to Obsidian. I'll wait a decade for it if they did. Fallout 4 and 76 was buns. If you're no hate, I feel like Obsidian's the only company in their repertoire to work on Fallout. You know, I wouldn't mind if they gave a Fallout game to the Wasteland team. Give it to the Wasteland team so they can make like a classic Fallout. That would be nice. But I feel like if we're talking about modern Fallout, then definitely Obsidian. Now, you know, okay, so here's the thing. I know a lot of people have been asking me, why didn't Xbox buy like Sega or Square Enix and yada yada yada. I don't think they need to do that. Well, number one, just the red tape behind buying foreign publishers versus foreign developers. It's much different by comparison. But I don't think they need to do that. Like, I'm gonna be real. All Xbox needs to do is stroll up to them studios and drop a bag. That's what they need to do. Just whatever it's going to cost to port the game to Xbox, just give them the money to bring those games over. But here's the thing. Xbox, if they want to be taken seriously in Asia, it doesn't start at them getting the games on Xbox. What they need to start doing is they need to get, like, they have to start, the groundwork needs to be set. And by the groundwork, I'm talking about you got to get these localizations going. Now, we're seeing some good stuff happening with Starfield, right? But we need to start getting full Korean support added to all of these games. They need to start having an imprint in these countries where they've been lacking for so many years. A lot of people question, like, hey, Neo, why are you not surprised that PlayStation has been selling more than Xbox? The reason why PlayStation has been selling is because PlayStation is selling in countries where Xbox doesn't even exist. Like, there's a lot of territories where Xbox doesn't even exist. So, of course, based off that and the fact that PlayStation's really good at what they do, of course they'd be selling more. Xbox has been handicapping themselves to just the same territories for the longest time, whereas the places in the 360 era where they had a major imprint, they lost that imprint to Sony and they don't exist anymore. So, yeah, before we talk about getting games like Persona on Xbox and all these other niche titles we want, they need to start working with the teams in those countries for localization efforts. Like, I know there's a lot of people, a lot of Xbox fans in Korea who are starving for proper content and support that just doesn't exist. So it's not just a case of, like, obviously IPs are very important, but it goes further than that. But I'm seeing some good things. They struck some deals with Square Enix to put, you know, like the Final Fantasy games on Game Pass, Octopath Traveler on Game Pass. They've been working with Spike Chunsoft. They just put the first Danganronpa game on Game Pass. While I have you beautiful 255 viewers, if you guys are looking for a really interesting game to play, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Anniversary Edition. I can speak the English language, my friends. I can. It just dropped on Xbox a few days ago, and dog, when I tell you it's one of the best stories I've seen in a game, it's a visual novel title. Think of something like Ace Attorney. So you're not doing a lot of gameplay per se, but it's, you know, it's like a lot of reading and interacting with characters, but it's a full-on murder mystery, man. It's a murder mystery, and dude, I'm telling you, it is so good. I guarantee you've probably never played a game story like it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic, man. And it's on Game Pass. Like, come on now. Yeah, you're like, we all talk about Game Pass is the gift that keeps on giving. Well, give yourself the opportunity to play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Anniversary Edition. Can you think of any Activision Blizzard games that should be exclusive after the purchase? Basically every smaller entity title that's not setting the world on fire. So Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk. If they want to bring back some old IP, sure, go ahead. Because what you do in that situation, and this is why I say it's much better for them to give Call of Duty a break. Because if you let all those teams work on their own games, that's doing nothing but benefiting the Game Pass lineup, right? Because now you have a flow of content coming in. You have Raven working on a Singularity game. You have Toys for Bob working on a Banjo-Kazooie game. You have High Moon Studios working on a Transformers game. As opposed to everybody just work on one game a year, that game being Call of Duty. Like, that's way more beneficial to them. Oh, shout out to the 245 people watching. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. What's going on, Soapbox? How you doing, bro? What are your thoughts about Dragon Quest 12? Do you think it'll be multiplat, PS5 exclusive again, or Switch exclusive? That's a good question, Roxas. Based off of how Japan operates, I would assume it'll probably be a PS5 and Switch only game. Depending on how hard they go with this one, might be exclusive to the next Switch. I don't know. But if I'm judging it right now, it'd be PS5 and Switch only. But that depends, though. You guys know PlayStation has been very aggressive with their timed exclusivity games. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to snag up the next Dragon Quest as a timed exclusive title. I mean, they did the same thing for Final Fantasy, so they might do that too. I mean, Nintendo kind of did that too when they did Dragon Quest XI S Definitive Edition. They had that for a whole year, and then they brought it over to the other systems. But we'll just have to see, man, because I think to PlayStation, Final Fantasy would be a much bigger draw by comparison to Dragon Quest, because just most people grew up with Final Fantasy. Not saying everybody. I know some of you JRPG fans are like, when it comes to that shit, but most people who game on PlayStation grew up with Final Fantasy VII versus Dragon Quest. Like, most people, if they're like, okay, Final Fantasy PlayStation versus Dragon Quest PlayStation. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm talking about the casual. Like, my boss, for example, she played Final Fantasy. She doesn't play video games, but she played Final Fantasy VII as a kid. Like, yup, I remember everything. I was like, what? And I was like testing her. I'm like, are you serious? So you know Avalanche and everything? She's like, yeah, absolutely. And everything. I was like, what the fuck? It was the most surreal experience. I'll tell you all the full story about that shit later. But man, I could see them doing that. I could see them snagging up Dragon Quest, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Because like I said, PlayStation, if it's gonna secure them the bag, they gonna go ahead and do it. Oh, $5 super chat coming in from my homie Strictly. You're my guy. Happy Friday, bro. Happy Friday to you too, man. I hope all is well. I don't know, man. Did you get your PlayStation faceplates in today? I know the homie Persona got that, and well, homie Tony got that too. So I want to see what the verdict is on that, man. Because for me right now, I want to get faceplates for my PS5, but I like the two-tone. Like, ever since the Switch came out, I've been all about that two-toned aesthetic, right? So I want to get two different faceplates from PS5, whether it's purple and black, or I might be crazy and get like the cyan blue and the pink. Like, I just want to mix and match that. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm gonna see if one of my friends wants to buy the faceplates, and we both go half, right? We both buy them, and we send each other the opposite plates, so we can have both two-toned PlayStations. I know that's mad out there, but I would love to do that. Instead of just me buying those two things for myself and being like, okay, now I have these other faceplates I can't use. $5 super chat from JD Gamer. You mentioned localizations. Isn't that one of Activision Blizzard's strong points? They've just solved that problem too. You're right. That's true. Activision is very, like, dude, the amount of people who play Call of Duty in Japan is crazy. So that could help as well. That could help. But what's going on to all the new people joining? What's up, y'all? I know we were supposed to end it like 15 minutes ago, but we might go a little over. It's Friday. We chilling. Okay. So Anthony says, I don't understand why there's no backlash to timed exclusivity, especially to the point where it's like 2 to 3 years. At least when a company is bought out, you know where to play the game. So the thing about that, Anthony, I think folks just have selective outrage on the situations, right? Especially for it happens. Everybody is guilty of it. Like, one day people hate timed exclusive games, then it's a game they like and they're excited about it. It's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody hated something when it happens on X platform, but then when it happens on Y platform, it's no big deal. And I mean, me where I stand, I don't hate timed exclusive stuff because I have everything. And obviously I'm speaking from a position of privilege because that's the type of gamer I am. Growing up in life, I was accustomed to games. If you wanted to play this game, you had to buy the platform. And that's the reality. I can't say it's an unfortunate reality, but that's the reality. And if you look at a lot of things in life, I mean, companies strike deals all the time. Netflix strikes deals with all these people. That takes it away from other people. Like, why shouldn't a company like Hulu have Knives Out 2? Because Netflix spent $400 million to secure the rights to Knives Out 2. So people do that all the time, and I can't hate it. I can't get mad at it. I can't, because there's some situations where, you know, some games might not exist if the publisher didn't pony up the cash. Like Bayonetta 2. Platinum Games was trying to get that made for the longest time, but Nintendo came around and put up the funds for Bayonetta 2. Like, they took that game to a lot of publishers and nobody wanted to support it, because the first Bayonetta, while it was a cool game, it didn't light the world on fire. So, am I going to be mad at Nintendo for them making it exclusive to the Switch? Same thing for the third game? No, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I can see the argument from some people that timed exclusive stuff sucks, like especially if it's 6 months down the road. Yeah, I get it, that sucks. But that's just 6 months. You can wait 6 months to play it. If it's something that has something in the clause where it can only appear on the one platform, that sucks. But still, if you want to play the game bad enough, just buy the system. And I know some folks are saying, well, I don't want to buy one system for one game. I think we're in the minority, because there's a ton of people who bought a PS4 just for Spider-Man, just for Last of Us, just for any game. Like, it happens. Some people buy a system just to play Call of Duty, and that's the one game they play every year. So how different is that from somebody who buys this game, like a PS4, to play Spider-Man, and then they'll wait for Miles Morales in 2 years? And now they're going to buy a PS5 to get Spider-Man 2, and then if they have an interest in Wolverine, they might play that too. So I don't know. It's one of those things where, you know, just vote with your wallet. If you don't like timed exclusive stuff, don't buy timed exclusive stuff. And that's it. I just need people to stop acting like Disney won't buy Square just to make sure that Kingdom Hearts flow keeps going. Hey, man, I mean, now that they're entering this new era of Kingdom Hearts, Josh, they could literally do anything. They could do anything, and they could expand the brand. And that's the weirdest thing. I always question why Square never went harder with Kingdom Hearts than they did. By comparison to Final Fantasy, like, Kingdom Hearts has been very tame with a lot of its entries. But I could see them making that the next big property, you know? Like, get that Kingdom Hearts animated series rolling in. God forbid they do a live action series, but, you know, I could see that. Oh, man, if Disney did buy Square, Jesus. Kingdom Hearts Disney Plus show. Oh, $5 super chat coming in from the homie Lucas. Xbox got cooked for doing time exclusivity like Tomb Raider. Now they're getting cooked for acquisitions. They can't win. People always hate. And that's the thing. That's the thing, Lucas. Oh, hold on. Let me see if it's not Lucius or Lucas, because the super chat's cutting off. It's Lucius. My bad, bro. My bad. I'm sorry. Lucius. That's the thing. Okay, I will say this much. That Tomb Raider timed exclusivity shit was kind of weird, because you made the sequel timed exclusive. It'd be one thing if they greenlit the reboot and they made that timed exclusive, but that's like, okay. That would be like if Alan Wake 1 came out, Xbox greenlit that, and then PlayStation greenlit Alan Wake 2 2 years later. That'd be very weird, because it's like, what the hell's going on, man? It's weird. So in situations like that, I could see it be strange, because the thing is, they were still going to make that game happen, and they still put out sequels to the Tomb Raider games. So that's a strange thing. Give me your 3 favorite wrestling games. I haven't played wrestling games like I used to. I played a lot of them when I was a kid. So No Mercy. I loved SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I played that shit crazy on the PSP. What was it? It was No Mercy, SmackDown vs. Raw 07, and because I mean, like, I played the rest, but like there was like just 2 games, like those 2 I played the most more than anything. Nah, honestly, it's just those 2. Because, like, I don't really count the other ones where I would just go over to my cousin's place and I play, like, a few hours and that's it. But No Mercy, I remember I rented a lot. And then 07 I had on the PSP. I didn't play anything after that. Xbox exclusivity for Tomb Raider was them grasping at straws since they really had nothing else that year. Yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, like I said, that Xbox One era was, but we're not going to rehash that. Neo, are you trying to have kids right now? No. No. I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm team no kids for the time being, man. I'm good with that. I'll probably end up having kids when I'm in like my mid-30s, you know? But right now, I'm just chilling, man. I ain't trying to get tied down. There's too much good stuff happening out here. But shout out to all the parents, because I know we got a lot of young parents in the chat. Some people, their kids are like turning like 10 years old. Shout out to y'all. Neo said, "Fuck them kids." Listen, I ain't say fuck them kids, bro. But all I'm saying is, there's some other things that I want to do right now. You know, I don't want to have to worry about. I'm trying not to listen. Y'all are gonna say some shit about me. But what's going on to all the people joining the chat? What's up? What's up, y'all? Hope y'all doing well. Y'all killing me, man. $5 super chat from the homie CMBR. Shout out to Neo for hosting a fun hangout for us. Thanks, man. Oh, I appreciate that, my guy. Thank you. And it's good discussions tonight. Really good discussions. Shout out to y'all. Y'all some good peeps. $5 from JD Gamer. Bit of history about Tomb Raider. It was originally supposed to be a Sega Saturn exclusive, but launched multi-plat, then Tomb Raider 2 went PlayStation exclusive. Yeah, I got into Tomb Raider like really, really late. I didn't play them on the PS1. It wasn't until the PS2 for me. And then even then, trying to go back and play the PS1 games felt off. Oh, shoot. My boy Adrian said, "It's wild. My graduating students weren't alive when Halo 2 came out." Jesus. Bro, we are in an era right now where kids growing up don't know the impact of the games that we played in the late 2000s. And that's crazy, bro. That's absolutely insane. But you know what the thing is, though? I feel like that should be on our generation to show them the greats and the classics, you know? Just like our like older cousins and our uncles and our parents, they did the same thing for us. They showed us the classics. We got to do the same thing, because there's some game franchises that just aren't around anymore. And I feel like that'd be really cool to show the new generation games that don't exist and why we love them so much. I fully accept that PS1 Tomb Raider is an acquired taste. You have to throw away all you know about modern game design to fully appreciate or even just sit through those games. Oh yeah, Josh, I mean, that's the thing, bro. Like, a lot of the stuff about games that came out in that generation as they transitioned into 3D, I fully understand that they don't age very well. Like, a lot of those JRPGs just do not age very well. Anything with voice acting or some type of FMV stuff does not age great. But I think that's kind of the benefit of it, because they were definitely games of their time. Like Legend of Dragoon, for example. I mean, I love the game, but I go back to that like every 5 years, and I'm like, we really need a remake, you know? So yeah, it's just. But you know what the cool thing is about going back and playing some of those games? Like, some of those older games, they have certain mechanics that just don't exist anymore, where it might be my nostalgia talking, but like, there are some things where I was like, wow, you could do that in a game? That's crazy, you know? Nowadays, it's kind of like, okay. I feel like that's why a lot of people gravitated towards Breath of the Wild, because it brought back some of that mysticism in gaming, where folks would go, wow, you can do that in a game? Whoa. Let's see. $5 coming in from Marlon. The Tomb Raider timed exclusivity was just as bad as the Final Fantasy upgrade, interlude, integrate, DLC exclusivity for me. Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. They paid for 6-month time exclusivity. So if they didn't pay for that exclusivity, we probably would have got the PC version of that around the time integrate launched, which would have been June of 2021. Which is very strange. Why would you do 6-month exclusivity? But then again, I mean, Activision and Xbox kind of pioneered that with getting the map packs 30 days early. And then there was some weird stuff with Destiny. I remember Destiny, didn't they have exclusive content for a whole year on PlayStation versus Xbox? It probably was minor stuff, but, you know, still a whole year? Like, by that point, who's playing the game? I think some Call of Duties in the PS4 X1 had, like, a year exclusivity for modes, which makes no sense for an annual franchise. 279 from Leon. I'm 37 and my woman is 5 months pregnant with the first kid. Oh, shit. Congratulations, Leon. Congratulations to you and the lady, man. Ooh. Let me scroll up a bit. Zack Rodriguez, who's been a member of the Phantom Weirdos for the past 3 months. Thank you so much, Zach. Hey, Neo, I finished Persona 5. I'm so used to everyone saying, hey, Neo, thanks for the Persona 5 recommendation. I'm sorry. Neo, I finished Persona 3 a while ago, and I really want to play 4 and 5, but I would have to buy a PS5 and also a PC if I want to play both. That sucks. And, dude, I'm telling you, this is my biggest problem with Atlas. Atlas doesn't understand that people like their games. They don't. Like, bro, we should have got Persona 4 on PS4 like 8 years ago, but they just realized in the year of our Lord 2020, people like our games. Wow. I don't know, man. Like, listen, I know everyone is excited for Ultimax coming back, and I'm so happy for the fighting game fans, but bro, how you bring Ultimax back before Persona 4? Like, fam? Like, the amount of sales you'd get out of Persona 4 on PS4, Switch, and Xbox versus Ultimax? I don't know, man. I'm still happy Ultimax is coming back. Atlas is just like, we got this really high profile game that people love. We're not gonna do anything with it. Like, bro, do you know, if you're a Persona fan, you know this. Every single time Atlas put out a survey, what do you want us to do? Everyone was saying, port Persona 4, port Persona 4, port Persona 4. And they're like, you know what? No. Meanwhile, Ryuga Gotoku Studios with Yakuza, right? They was like, all right, we're going to test the waters. We're going to bring over Yakuza 0 and Kiwami. Oh, those did really well. We're going to bring over Kiwami 2 and Yakuza 6. Those did really well. We're going to bring over Judgment. That did really well. We're going to bring our games to PC. That did really well. We're going to bring our games to Xbox. That did really well. We're going to bring Yakuza 7 with this dub. That did really well. Lost Judgment is going to be a simultaneous worldwide release. That did really well. Like, that's how you do it. Atlas? Oh, my God. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Atlas, bro. Oh. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to y'all. Neo, you have a sole responsibility to talk about the train wreck that is Dying Light 2 when everyone else won't. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not playing Dying Light 2 right now. I didn't get sent a code for Dying Light 2. I'm looking forward to the game because I enjoyed what I played of the first Dying Light. Because I started playing the first Dying Light a few months ago, and I was like, wow, this game is awesome. Let me not get further into this game. Let me just play the sequel. So for me, it's like, okay, this game, it's been, the development cycle has been a roller coaster. You know what the crazy thing is, guys? The crazy thing is I was on Facebook, and I remember I was looking on the memories tab, and there was a post from the Dying Light team, and they were like, this is back in 2020, when they said we have to delay the game. And mind you, this is right before COVID kicked off. So we were like, oh, okay, well, they're delaying the game. Let's see what happens. And now here we are 2 years later, and the game is finally coming out. But here's the thing. I know a lot of people are worried because they haven't really shown any console footage. I mean, they've shown console footage, but it's been like snippets, like very, 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 very cleverly crafted snippets of gameplay versus a full-on, this is what you're going to get. But other than that, I don't know what else about the game looks like it'll be a train wreck. I mean, there was that whole report about it being 500 hours to complete everything. They did come out and said that if you want to complete everything, it'll probably take you 70 hours, which is more reasonable to an extent. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'll just wait to see the game when it comes out and play it. But it looks cool. It looks fun, and I'm hoping that it does really well. The Virgin Atlas versus the Chad Ryuga Gotoku Studios. Yeah, that's a fact. That's true. The fact that Atlas acted surprised Persona 4 Golden sold well on PC. It's like they did what people wanted for a change. Dude, don't get me started on that. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, Atlas be pissing me off, man. Atlas is pissing me off sometimes, bro. Like, but yeah, honestly, to finish up the question, Zach, I would say I would much rather you get that PS5 if you can, so you can play Persona 5 Royal, and fingers crossed at some point they'll bring Persona 4 over, right? Because you already have Persona 5 there. There's rumors about this Persona 3 remaster, so I think that's probably your best bet. Because they haven't announced the PC version for Persona 5 yet. That's, again, another thing. Like, come on, Atlas. We need Persona 6 in college. That's a fact, Blackstar. Oh, shout out to you, Blackstar. It's been a minute, man. How you been? But yeah, Persona 6, if they have a new Persona game and it's set in high school for the 88th time, yeah, man. I'm not saying I won't play it, but man, I'm about to be like, how much more conflict can we get into in high school? At least if you're doing that shit in college or the workforce, you have more things to play with, right? You have more interesting avenues to explore. You don't have to be tied to just one setting. You can have interactions with people who have, you know, are located in different places versus just school. When my taxes come back, I'm praying I can get a Series X. Hey, what's going on, Pierre? Oh yeah, bro, definitely cop that Series X. I know you got the S right now, but get that Series X, bro. That Series X is nice, man. That Series X, bro, it's nice. It'd be interesting. Do you guys think, what are the odds that Xbox comes out with a discless Xbox Series X? They sell it for $399. Xbox Series X all digital edition. Basically the same thing PlayStation did. I mean, in a perfect world, I feel like they should have done that in the beginning. So that way, you know, they can have another group of people who want to buy it for a cheaper cost. But they didn't. They went the two different SKUs approach. But yeah, no, I think if there wasn't a supply chain shortage, they probably would do that. Persona 6 Detective Noir. Yeah, man, listen, if Persona 5, like I said, I don't want that shit in high school, man. Give me college. Give me college, man. I don't want no curfew. No curfews. No fucking curfews, man. You should do a stream all day. I might do that at some point, man. Maybe some. You know what I'm thinking of doing down the road? I'm thinking of doing like a call-in show of sorts, where, like, let's say, for example, there is a big topic of the week that everybody wants to talk about. I feel like I'll do my stream where I speak on it, and then later on in the week, we'll have it maybe set up on Discord where we bring in some people who can speak their piece, maybe offer their own viewpoints about some stuff, similar to what we do on Twitter Spaces, you know? I'm experimenting with that idea. What do you guys think? $4.99 from Zack Rodriguez. They really just got to put Persona 4 and 5 on the same system. Is that too much to ask? Please, Atlas. Yes, it is. It is too much to ask. It's absolutely too much to ask. Because remember, Atlas does not know if we like Persona. Never forget this, guys. Atlas is that one chick in a relationship who needs to be told every single day that you love her. That's who Atlas is, man. Literally, that's who Atlas is. Like, do you love me? Like, yes, I do. Do you guys like Persona? Yes, we do. That would be dope. I appreciate that, Fuzzy. Thank you, man. Flame says, I want to be in a call just to cause problems and retreat in the chat. Oh, nah, Flame, you'd be banned on site. You know what, Flame? We bring you into that chat, and then we just kick you out after you say one word, man. That's what we gonna do. I think an all-digital Series X with a 2TB SSD in the near future. That's not a bad idea, man. If they can get that shit at $399, it's not a bad idea. How cool is it to talk to people live? It is interesting, man. Like, when I did that Twitter space, it was cool. And, like, 10 years ago on... Oh, you guys remember Skype? We used to do them Skype streams. 10 years ago, I did a Skype call-in show where people just asked me questions, and that shit was lit, man. $10 from the homie Blue Senshi. Thank you, bro. It's sad to say, But most likely, Persona 6 is going to stay exclusive to PlayStation. Really wish other audiences can play the Persona series. I'm not a neckbeard warrior. Nah, man, I would love for more people to play Persona. Similar to Yakuza, man. Yakuza blew up in popularity because it went multi-platform. And so many people can experience Kiryu Saga. And I want the same thing for Persona. But remember, Atlas does not know if we like Persona. So the fact is, they're going to stay doing what they do because they're comfortable doing that. Because remember, they don't know if we like this series. They don't know. What if they made a Persona game, but a strategy RPG like Fire Emblem? Ooh, oh, Kramer, I'm telling you, they could do so much more with Persona, man. But unfortunately, the extent that we get is stuff like Persona Q. We don't get the interesting stuff. I mean, Persona 5 Strikers is cool. That's a nice game, but I just want more games to be like Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is just such an easy to get into, approachable. I'm just Merriam-Webster. I'm creating so many different terms today, but Fire Emblem is such an easy and approachable RPG. More games need to do that. And thankfully we have stuff like Gears Tactics. That's pretty good. According to a leaker, they're saying there's going to be a new Fire Emblem this year and a remake of Fire Emblem 4 for next year. I hope so, man. I hope so. Just give it to me. Give it to me. I need new Fire Emblem, man. Need it. I would surely get a discless Xbox Series X, but I haven't touched the game disc since I bought the 360. You know, all right, so I want to pose this question for you guys. We have 207 people watching. What has been your split this generation when it comes to physical and digital media as it pertains to video games? For me right now, I am 95% digital, which is very surprising to me considering last generation I was a good like 85% physical, 15% digital, but now it's flipped entirely. Now, part of that has to do with Game Pass and downloading everything on Xbox, and another part has to do with the amount of deals that we have on digital and the convenience that comes from having games digitally, stuff like quick resume, just things like that, right? I'm seeing everyone's like, I'm 100% digital, first gen, I'm all digital. So for me, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna go I don't buy physical games on Xbox unless it's like something special to me. But on PlayStation, I'm only gonna be buying the niche games physically. So if it's a physical game that I know there's not a chance in the world that I'm gonna stumble across this in a GameStop in a few years, I'm buying that physically. If I get a special edition, buying that physically. Persona 6, buying that physically. There's just certain games I'll buy physically. But if it's just a random Joe Schmo game, like a random Ubisoft title, I'm not gonna buy that physically. I'm just not, you know. But if it's something where there's some significance to it, I'll own that digitally. I'm physically. But yeah, all my spending habits have been digital, just because it's, man, like it, you know, it's just convenient. Like, oh wow, look, Saints Row 2 is on sale for $1. I'll download that, you know. But yeah, that's where gaming's been going, man. Digital. COVID forced me to go digital. Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Like let's say for example, all right, last year, perfect example, The Division 2. Okay, some of my homies are like, yo, Neo, you got to get into The Division. I think you'll like it. I said, all right, fine, I'll try The Division 2. Now, was I going to go on Amazon and buy The Division 2 for $30, or was I going to buy it on Xbox for $30 and it came with I think that the Phoenix expansion looking thing? I was like, yeah, I'll buy that game for like $25. And I did it, downloaded it, and we were playing within an hour. Versus before, it's like, yeah, man, let me just order that shit on Amazon. It'll be here by the weekend. Yeah, I'm seeing, wow, so everyone is mostly digital with the exception of a few things. Okay. Oh, and also, here's something else. I don't know about y'all, but I hate hearing the disk drive go off in these consoles. I hate it, man. I hate it with a passion. Because the thing with these new systems is that they're really quiet. And then you hear that disk drive turn on and I'm like, why you do this to me? Hey, Neo, Quick Resume works with discs too. I'm playing Red Dead 1 currently on disc and it has Quick Resume. Oh, no. I'm not saying that it doesn't work with discs, Afro. I'm just saying it's much more convenient to have 6 games in a Quick Resume queue as opposed to being like, okay, if I want a Quick Resume physical games, I can't really do that because I'd have to take the game out and then put another game in regardless. Like, yeah, it'll still suspend the state, but I'm still getting up, taking the disc out, putting another disc in. You know what I mean? Versus quick resume, if I'm playing a game and it pisses me off, I'm like, all right, switch to the next one. Now, Roxas, I still get annoyed by that shit. I hear that disk drive tick up. I'm like, man. I've been telling my consoles, who are you to being so loud in this house? What bills is you paying, man? 199 super chat from inventory. How John Campia forced Kim out is so effing wrong. See, that's the thing, man. I don't exactly know what happened with John and Kim, right? They said they mutually agreed to part ways. And then I noticed that both Aaron and Rob came back, which I don't mind because I like both of them. But I also like Kimberly. So it's just so weird that, like, he brought her on, like, not even 2 months ago, and then boom, parting ways. I don't know the full extent of the situation. I don't know if maybe she found another job or he just agreed it's not working. I want the other people to come back. I don't know, but it is kind of weird to bring somebody on and then 2 months later, okay, we want to bring the other people back on. Like, that is kind of fucking weird because I'm sure she probably changed some things in her life to accommodate for that show, you know? Oh, Wee Man on Wheels. Wagwan, my man. What's up? What's up? Oh, holy shit, there's 2 Roxases in this chat. What the hell? There are 2 Roxases in this chat tonight, you guys. Jesus Christ. We got Guy Roxas and we got Roxas 180. We might need to put both of these guys in the gulag because this is what it's looking like. This is what it's looking like right now, man. There can only be one Roxas in this chat. It's a battle of the nobodies. Let's set it up. Who y'all got? Who y'all got in this match? Who y'all got in this match? Oh shit. Hey Neo, Halo, Call of Duty, and Doom are all brothers now. How do you feel about that? I feel weird, bro, because that's like 3 of the biggest shooters. And they're all under one umbrella. That's crazy, man. Can we get this crossover? Can we get this Smash Bros. Game in production? Phil Spencer, come on. I know you watching. I know. They're variants of each other from the multiverse. Yeah, all 3 of them, man. Doom Guy, Stope, and then you got Master Chief. All 3 of them. Oh man. Oh god, it's gonna be a Roxas versus Roxas fight. Let's set it up, set it up, set it up. Nah, it's gonna be crazy though. The shooter box is back. Yeah, that's like literally all it took was $77 billion for Xbox to become the home of shooters again. $77 billion. We got it, y'all. We got it, man. Yo. But I think we'll go for 15 minutes and then we'll wrap it up for tonight. Cause we got Ask Neo going on tomorrow. So, you know. Are you excited for Horizon 2? Absolutely, Andre. I am very excited. That's why I'm going through and replaying the first one right now. I can't wait, bro. Cause that first Horizon game is so much fun. Like, I wasn't crazy about the melee combat. The melee combat was pretty trashy, but the gameplay loop of going and taking down these creatures was so much fun. $2 super chat from Flame. Neo, I'm scared for Iron Lord podcast this Sunday. King, my lord. King is going to be unhinged. King David he's going to take over the show. Lord Cognito, I don't know how he's going to rein this stuff in. You probably can't control King. It's kind of like that scene in Spider-Man No Way Home where it's like, they're starting to come through and I can't stop them. That's literally what is going to happen with King. Straight up, man. $5 from Marlon. Do you think we will see Heroes of the Storm being revived and receiving Master Chief, Ori, the Cuphead twins, etc.? Anything is possible, my friend. Anything is possible. So I would say if Phil is a smart man, I can see him spreading the love with the franchises, and that would be a good way. I mean, you're reviving this game. People have wanted it to come back, and now you have extra incentive for Xbox gamers. Like, oh, check out this game on Game Pass featuring Master Chief or Doom Guy or any of these other games like Marcus Phoenix. You know, that'd be cool. Hey, shout out to Massachusetts Springfield. What's going on, Super Titan? Shout out to y'all. Where y'all tuning in from? Where y'all tuning in tonight before we wrap up? Coming at y'all from New York State. Not the city, but New York State. Got to make that distinction because I always tell people, yeah, man, I live in New York. They're like, the city? I was like, no. I live right outside the city, but not in the city. So, because that's the thing, man. You can't say you live in the city if you ain't from the city, man. I just live right outside the city. But it's weird, though, because I work in the city. So it's... Are you watching Peacemaker? Yes, I am, Tim. I am. I just watched episode 4 last night. Let's see. Oh, we got the UK, we got Missouri, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Duval, Yonkers, New York. Hey, Royal Boyle, what's up, my guy? You ain't even that far away from me, bro. Yo, Royal Boyle, man, I'm coming at you from New Row, bro. My guy knows it. Royal Boyle, I thought was I following you on Twitter? Hold on one sec. I thought I was following you on Twitter. Hold on. Man, people always just calling during the streams, man. Hold on. Oh, we got Haiti. We got Nebraska. Oh, my best friend, he lives in Nebraska. Oh, we got Brazil. We got Philly. We got from Georgia, Queens, New York, Connecticut, Florida, Central Jersey. Oh, man, Central Jersey. Central Jersey, man. I was talking to a chick who lived in Central Jersey. Needless to say, he didn't go anywhere because she lived in Central Jersey. That's a drive from here, bro. That's a drive from here, man. Yeah, Roy Boy. I thought I was following you on Twitter, my guy. Nah, let me hit you with that follow right quick. Yeah, you Yonkers boy, man. We ain't that far away, bro. We neighbors, man. Nassau, okay. We got Cali, Las Vegas. What's up, y'all? What's up? Mexico City. We got the Bay Area checking in. All right. That's good, man. That's good. Some good spots, man. That's some good spots y'all tuning in from. Yeah, man. But when I'm usually out, I'm usually in Queens for the most part because my job is in Queens, right? Well, one of my jobs is in Queens. One of the other jobs I do is closer to home. But yeah, man, I'm about to be, man. When this weather heats up, bro, we out to the city. You know what I'm thinking about? Since I got y'all here before we wrap up, I'm thinking about, man. We gotta do this meetup because I've been talking about doing this meetup, but then this COVID shit keeps getting in the way, man. I'm thinking this summer we all have like a crazy meetup. Maybe I'll get together with the guys from Iron Lord's podcast. Maybe we'll get Weapon Wheel involved. We gotta have like this huge meetup, especially with the past 2 years and how that shit's been going, man. We all gotta meet each other one time for the one time, bro. We got to. Oh, Portugal! Shout out to Portugal, man. Shout out to Portugal. Oh, what's up, Hendo? Is that Henderson? I think it's Henderson. But I'm serious, man. This meetup has got to happen. Maybe like we rent out a movie theater. Maybe we rent out a space. We do like a live podcast. Maybe rent out a restaurant. I don't know. I'm just, because with me, it's like, just, oh boy. Oh, God. Here he is. All right. Here he is. That man himself. The man you hate, the man you fear, the man you respect. Black Bond. Of course, he comes in here saying this. Only Phil Spencer can get Neo to play Legend of Heroes. Hey, yo, listen. If you could tell Phil Spencer, if he brought all those games to Game Pass, I'm gonna play it because then that shit'll be on my Xbox, bro. Bond's rolling up. Oh shit, you know it's serious. If Bond's rolling up, man. Cause that man don't do. Hey, Wonton, what's good, my guy? How you doing, bro? Interview YouTubers. Yeah, I'm put a mic in Black Bond's face. Be like, Black Bond, why do you call people social rejects? Shout out to that boy Bond. He a funny dude. This man said Papa Phil. What? This man said Papa. I think the funniest thing was when somebody said when we were talking about the fact that, they bought Activision, someone said Satya Nadella moves like lasagna because the G is silent in lasagna. Oh my God. Said the G is silent. I was like, man, y'all too much. Oh yeah, Bond, you do got that free time now. You do got that free time, bro. Pull up. Nah, Bond, we gotta hit like the bars. We gotta take a trip to Philly, bro. That's what we need to do, Bond. Cause I can't mess with these New York chicks no more, bro. These New York chicks, these Connecticut chicks, nah, it ain't working out, man. It ain't the move. I gotta go. I gotta go take things, take my talents to another state. I hope the Batman's not delayed. Oh no, man. No. Don't say that. We've got less than 45 days to go. Less than 45 days, man. City Boys up tonight. Oh shit, Bond. Oh shit. This man Bond, he going out on the prowl. I see it. I respect it. That's a fact. It is legal in Jersey, man. It is legal. That's true. I mean, it's legal over here, but it's not like it's gonna take a couple years for it to shit. Like when they start opening up dispensaries and stuff, that's gonna be nice. Let me know. Oh, Fuzz, you in Philly, bro? Hey, we gonna have the whole squad pulling up to Philly, man. I see we got a couple of people in the chat, bro. Bond, I know Bond. You said you from Philly. Bond's from Philly, but he don't live there, so we can make a trip there. We can do that shit. We gonna have these meetups. We gonna have like a meetup in the Northeast. We gonna have a meetup in Dallas because I know there's a lot of people in Dallas, man. My homie Tundex is in Dallas. Mav is in Dallas. We got a bunch of people in Dallas. Might go to Florida. I don't know what part of Florida, but we're gonna be in Florida. I have this whole world tour. Holla at me for the edibles. Yeah, we go Rhino. Maxine's Munchies is gonna be there on full display. Yeah, we got this. Shit, we're gonna be right. We're gonna have this world tour popping, man. But yeah, any last minute questions, y'all? Any last minute questions before we wrap up for the night? Come to Central Jersey, bro. I mean, last time I was in Central Jersey, that shit was like, I was like last summer. I went to Central Jersey. Stay away from Gatorland. There's a flame down here, I hear. Yo, Florida be wild, man. I looked on the news today, and somebody had said, it was like somebody in Florida. It was the craziest Florida headline. Like he shot something that was threatening to attack his dogs. I don't know if it was an alligator or something wild, but I was like, that might be Florida. And sure enough, it was Florida. You need to learn from the Ho Masters. Oh, God. Oh, God. Satya Nadella is the Godfather showing his apprentice Papa Phil how a boss takes care of business. Yeah, man. That Batman movie, 3 hours, bro. We in there, man. We in there, bro. Yo, I already got my things ready, right? So I got my flask. We just gonna have my little drinky drink in there, right? I'm gonna have my blanket. I'm gonna have my aluminum foil with food inside. Yo, we in there for 3 hours, bro. We out. You gonna move down south? Everyone seems to do it from the north. Yo, that was actually my plan in 2020. Before COVID hit, I was gonna move down to, I don't know if it was Dallas or Atlanta, but that was my plan, to move down to the south. And then COVID threw a wrench in those plans. I had to re-examine some things, help out family and everything. But I'm still like thinking of moving down. I'm thinking of moving down at some point, bro. Because New York is nice and everything, but there's just the stuff that I would need living in New York. It doesn't like maybe, okay, if there were like certain jobs that I can only do in New York, sure. But I realize most of the stuff that I do, I can do in any other state. What do you think of Book of Boba Fett so far? Honestly, man, I'm not. It's. I don't know, man. Like we're 4 episodes in, and I feel like only 10 minutes of plot has really happened. Just a whole bunch of random shit going on, and a whole bunch of flashbacks. I don't know. Like there wasn't anything driving the plot forward like Mandalorian. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on the Batman theme? Oh, I really like it. It's good. I listened to it last night. I was kind of disappointed because I was expecting something a little more bombastic like the trailer version. But that doesn't mean that it won't, that theme won't be a track on the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? But it's very good, man. It gave me big Batman the Animated Series vibes. And I think Michael Giacchino said he used that as an inspiration, Shirley Walker's music. But yeah, it gave me the heroic side of Batman, and at the same time it gave me the Caped Crusader, the vengeance side of Batman. Like, so in the beginning it's all heroic, and then towards the end it's just like, this is vengeance, this is the night, that type of stuff. What state you live in? I live in New York, man. Oh, most definitely, Royal Boyle. You take it easy, man. Take it easy, bro. Have a good one. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Dylan O'Brien rumored to play Nightwing? I think that Dylan O'Brien, he's a good actor. I like him in all the stuff he's in. So I'm down with him playing Nightwing. I got to see how DC handles it. I got to see how they handle a standalone Robin, because they really haven't done Robin at all. So now you're telling me, okay, we're not going to do Robin, but we're going to do who a Robin becomes. I don't know, man. DC is just weird with doing these things. Like, we're going to do all these characters that should have their foundation with Batman, but we're just going to do them as is, Like, that I always felt really weird. How much is rent in New York? Way too expensive. Way too expensive. People are also mad that we didn't get a Boba Fett series that went through when he was a bounty hunter. Honestly, that would have been more interesting, seeing glimpses into his past and what he did and what brought him to today. But as it stands, all I'm getting is this Boba Fett series where he's like, I don't even know. It's like nothing about it's compelling, man. The last episode was pretty cool because we learned how he met Fennec, right? And I love seeing Ming-Na. But other than that, it's like, what are they building up towards? Like, I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen the episode, but they're trying to tie it in to what they've been doing. But I don't care much about all this stuff. Take it easy, Andre. Have a good one, bro. Have you seen Hawkeye? Yes, I have seen Hawkeye. It was pretty good for the most part. I don't know. These Disney Plus shows, like, I enjoy them, but I haven't enjoyed any of these shows like I did Daredevil. Like season 3 of Daredevil, like, wow. And then with these Disney Plus shows, I really enjoyed WandaVision, like the emotional aspect of WandaVision. I didn't really care much for all the other stuff. Falcon and Winter Soldier was cool. Loki was cool. Hawkeye was cool. But I don't know, like, they really do come off like advertisements for other stuff rather than their own shows with stories to tell. To me, it seems like we'll give you a glimpse of it and, hey, check back for more later with something else, instead of, okay, this is the story we're trying to tell throughout this one season, We have $5 super chat from Blue Senshi. For the past week, I've had the flu. It hit me like a train. I'm feeling better now, ready for work tomorrow. Ooh, that sucks, bro. Yeah, everybody over the past 4 weeks or so has been either they've been catching the you-know-what, or they've just been getting sick, man. So everyone, y'all take care of yourselves. This shit is no joke. But yeah, man, going back to work after being sick is still the worst thing in the world, because you're still sick even though you feel better. So you have to power through that. Yeah, they did that with Titans, Fear No Hate, but Titans, I don't know who's watching that shit, bro. I can't even say I don't know who's watching that shit because somehow it keeps getting more seasons, man. I can't even say that shit no more. Hey, take it easy, Kramer. All right, so I think we're about to wrap it up for the night, you guys. We've been doing this little just chatting thing for the past hour or so. See, I'm just blending all my words together. So what happens when I stream twice a week? But yeah, y'all, appreciate everybody tuning up for this, man. I know the news portion was this section, the just chatting, kind of eclipsed the news portion, but that's the fun in it, just hanging out with you guys, because talking about news is fun, but getting in touch with each other and talk about all this gaming stuff and hearing y'all's takes, that's honestly way more interesting than just, like, how often can we sit here? I mean, how many times can we sit here and just be like, oh wow, this is what Phil Spencer said today. We can only do that for X amount of minutes before we need to talk about something else. But appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. Also, give your boy a follow on Twitter, twitter.com/NeoGameSpark. That's where I congregate and I post all my hot takes. And, sometimes I do breakfast cereal reviews and all that good stuff. Last minute $5 super chat from Marlon. Daredevil was awesome. They shouldn't have canceled it. Still, I would love to see a game of it. Bam. We probably going to talk about that on a future stream. And that might be one of our call-in shows, creating video games based off of superheroes and some of the ideas we might like to see. But yeah, you guys, enjoy the rest of your evenings, your mornings, your afternoons. We will be back tomorrow night, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Ask Neo, which is very similar to what we were doing for the past hour, where we're just chatting, talking about some things as usual. And woof, I gotta get myself some water because I'm running low on this. And yeah, you guys get a lot of gaming in, get a lot of eating in, have a lot of sex, whatever you do that brings you joy and pleasure in life. Do a lot of this week. Do a lot of it this weekend. I couldn't even say that shit with a straight face. But yeah, man, for me to you for now, my name is NGS signing out. And like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.